Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Zeke here, and we are back to some Edge of the Empire, Relics of the Time Past, except this is after, what was it, episode 2 of Act 2, where Desric gets captured. So right now it's just a private recording between me and Overkill, and we're going to start up pretty much where that episode left off, but from Desric's point of view. You ready, Overkill?
As ready as an unconscious man can be.
So, you were last with your party suddenly got ambushed by a bunch of Imperial Stormtroopers. You got knocked out of the speeder when a couple of snipers shot Illy. Somehow she survived. Honestly, it did way more damage than I thought it would do, but she ended up falling back, bumping into you, and you just tumbling straight out of the skiff. Try as you might to get back in, you got stunned. And
Repeatedly, as I recall.
no, you only got shot once. You actually took no real health damage, and apparently, according to Jonas, because he looked it up, you do not take extra stun damage, and it does not go to HP or wounds.
Oh, okay, so we'll have to revise that. Very well.
Yep, it's about what I thought it did. I figured for droids it would because ion blast. Bleh.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but I guess stun's technically something different for humans, or I guess
yeah, it only works that
biological.
way for like minions or something. Though if you guys are attempting to stun a minion, I'm not gonna have you kill it because it technically has no strength threshold. But anyways, um, so after you get stunned, you have no idea what happened. You suddenly wake up in one of these.
Oh, this looks promising.
Let's see. Do I want you in one of those? Huh. One up front's bigger or smaller. No, I'll put you over here. You wake
So
up.
I'm not in a cell.
It doesn't have what I'm looking for, but let's say that what you're put up against is like you're strapped to the wall or a chair that's like a torture chair, kind of like Empire Strikes Back, what they put Solo in.
Oh, nice. Cloud City.
Yes. Except, the Imperial version. You don't like it.
This is no way to treat a hero of the Empire.
So, that was getting annoying. You wake up. You're strapped to this chair. Uh, no. You're strapped to what you think is a wall, and there's something, like, below you. It does not look nice. But you're slowly gaining consciousness, and you are alone. You can figure that out.
Okay, then. This certainly doesn't look like a hidden treasure.
Fortune.
Oh, hidden fortune. Thank you. So I guess I'm gonna look around to see what I can see.
You. The room is actually quite empty. There are recording devices. There is a control panel here. You can see it, but you don't know, what's on it, what it's used for. It's currently turned off. But you begin to hear some noises past this door here.
Sorry, past which door?
This door.
Okay.
Let's call that a solid door, not just bars.
Under. Okay. So I guess I will direct my attention to the door.
No calling out.
No, I think it's best I not say anything at the moment.
All right. People stop texting me. Anyways, after a second, the door opens up, and in walks this guy. Well,
The droid with him too?
yes, right behind him. Showing it off to the people. Or, the stream. Not the stream, the recording. We're not streaming right now. Anyways, he walks in. Ah, so the prisoner is awake. Good morning. Sleep well, I hope.
Prisoner. This is a hell of a rescue mission, and I want to look to see if I can see what in rank or insignia this person bears.
How familiar are you with Imperial ranks?
Very. My family did business with the uh, shipyards in Corellia before we worked with the slave collars. We did acquisitions for Star Destroyers.
Okay, so you're used to the most common sites of the Empire, but there are some that you have yet to see, and the Empire does not overtly show. You see what seems to be an officer, but the pips are arranged differently. This guy does not like anything you've ever seen.
Yeah, this is a hell of a rescue operation. I'm guessing Lieutenant? No idea what that insignia is. You don't appear to be part of the regular rank and file.
No, I'm an information gatherer. And rescue? No, no rescue. You are a prisoner, and you may have some information for us. I'm here to determine that.
And who the hell are you? And why should I tell you anything?
As I told you, I'm an information gatherer. That's all you need to know. And as for telling me anything, he presses a button on his wrist, and the table below you begins lifting up and rising, and what you thought was a wall begins lowering you towards it. You're going to want to tell me everything, because that's the only way this is going to stop. A few sparks rise from it.
Desert flinches, says nothing so far.
It eventually stops. It's about 2 feet from you, and the droid he has with him begins to fly towards you. Coming up on your left side, the needle pierces your skin, and it injects something in you, and then begins to fly off. Desric, say or do anything?
You're going to regret doing that, Lieutenant No Name. Who the hell do you report to?
The Emperor.
Bullshit. Do you know who I am?
My prisoner. And at this point, the drugs are starting to take effect. You start getting slightly woozy and drowsy, and your brain slowly is scrambled a bit.
What did you inject me with?
A serum that, one, enhances all feeling, makes it to where your brain can't shut down, but mostly keeps your brain static. Makes it harder to fight the pain. It makes it harder to lie.
Well, shit, since my plan revolved around lying my ass off,
So,
Are we going to be doing sorry, above board for a second. Are we going to be doing rolls for deception, or is this straight RP?
straight RP. Generally, these don't revolve around rolls. Jonas's was a special case, but I lowered all the difficulty for him.
Okay, what if I want my character to lie? Are we assuming the lie's a failure, or
uh, I'll leave it to you. If you think, the pain, he can lie through the pain and the serum, but I'll leave it to you when when you decide he wants to break or is forced to break.
okay, all right, we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Now, my prisoner, you arrived on Terrace. Through the blockade, I believe your ship was shut down. Is this correct?
Desric doesn't answer at first, struggles for a moment. Moth, and at this point, I need some out of RP help. Who is Desric's, like, who's the Moth of, or the governor of Corellia at this time?
That's literally a Jonas question because I have no idea.
Okay, Desric's going to say that person's name.
Let's just make up something.
Uh,
Moff Tyrion. I have no
I
idea, so Moff Tyrion.
Moth Tyrion. I will only speak to Moth Tyrion.
You will speak with me. A button is pressed. The table becomes closer, and you go closer to it. There are all kinds of gadgets on there you don't recognize, but they all look insanely painful. One of the sparking objects extends and jams into your right arm, between the elbow and the shoulder blade, and an electric shock is just is being flown through. It is going throughout your body. You are jumping from it, but the spot that it's attached to is burning and smoking.
I assume I'm probably screaming in pain.
Yeah, this lasts for about 5 seconds and is pulled back. Speak, prisoner. I asked you a question.
Desric's whimpering a bit. You piece of shit, officer. I'll have your commission. Moth Tyrion.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll act in his place. And he presses another button. This time another probe enters into you. This one's into your leg, your thigh. It's not electric, but you begin to feel it open up and begin to sort of eviscerate the surrounding area on the inside of your leg, going all the way down to the bone.
Oh, that's messed up. But yeah, Desric is just screaming and writhing in pain. Like, struggling against the restraints.
Again, 5 seconds, and it's pulled back. The drugs are becoming more and more effective. Speak, prisoner. I still want my answer.
Desric could barely coherently put words together. You idiot. You have any idea what you're doing? You're interfering with the matters beyond your knowledge and beyond your authority. I will speak to no one else.
Oh, I assure you, I know of the Milan family. I know of their contribution, but right now, you have been in contact, direct contact with a known terrorist of the Empire. Your rights are stripped, and that of your family. And right now, all of that rides on you. Do I need to
You
press the button again?
stupid asshole. I'm supposed to be in contact with that terrorist.
No, you're supposed to be delivering slave colors. At this point, Desric's mind becomes very staticky. It's hard to focus on your thoughts on what he's saying.
So, like, it's like he's be sounding distant and,
You completely hear everything he says. It's not distant at all, but it's more like your brain can't focus on what it's saying, so it's all jumbled.
okay. I don't think how I'm going to RP that. I Imperial Intelligence. Tyrion orders. Fuck you.
At this point, you happen to look to your left and you see a figure. You did not see this figure come in. He just seems to have appeared there. It's dressed entirely in black. It's a very thin figure. The clothes are pretty much damn near skin tight. But the clothes cover him from head to toe. There is no ounce of skin on him. In his face, there's no. Its face, there's no features. You cannot tell if it's male or female either.
Okay, that was going to be my first question. Is it like an alien race that I don't recognize? Is it humanoid in appearance?
It is very humanoid, but beyond that, you can't tell. But it's standing there, hands at its side, and you feel like it is staring at you. But as much as you try to concentrate on it, you see it, but your mind doesn't register that it's there. Skip pasting all of that. We know you are on Terrace, and you found something in a very dangerous location. I would very much like to know what it is you found. At this point, your mind begins to clear a bit, but is still jumbled. You can now make sense of him, but you still cannot make sense of the figure over there. It refuses to be registered in your mind.
Desric laughs in pain and sheepishly. Would it matter? You'll never have it. It's for the moth.
I don't want it. My superiors want it, particularly the Emperor. If it's what he thinks it is a very illegal item. Now tell me, what is it you found? He holds up his wrist terminal and a finger hovers over it. This next one will be much more painful if you don't answer.
I found what I was sent to find. Some dusty artifact.
Describe it.
You don't have the clearance. I told you. Moff Tyrion.
He sighs and presses the button. This time the table lurches forward, and many of those devices go into you all over your body. Your body refuses to pass out. Electric pulses, those probes that are just tearing into you, what seems to be needles injecting fire into you. But as the pain continues, your mind becomes even more static. At some points, your mind is no can't seem to determine what it's supposed to feel. It knows this is supposed to be pain, but it can't register it. So the only reason why your body at this point in time is jumping is from the electricity. Um, but your mind it's just straight static. You can't think of anything. Images do flash into your head, but they seem to mean nothing to your brain right now.
Can Desric try to focus on something or someone to try and uh, remove his brain from that state?
What do you want to focus on?
Uh, Illy, getting Illy's daughter back, finding Jer.
Your mind moves to Ileana and then sits there for a second. Her daughter, everything she said about you, it stays into your mind and then is pushed away. Then you think about Jer. It again sits into your mind. Everything you've been through prior and up to now. And try as you might, again, it is pushed out of your mind. At this point, you can no longer. The table's moved away, but you can no longer understand anything that's being said in this room, and you quite literally cannot speak. I mean, you try to, but it's.
Whimpers and cries.
No. Your brain's not quite sure if what it's feeling right now is not supposed to be happening or is natural. It's more
Hmm.
like incoherent sounds because your brain is just far too scrambled to make sense of anything, even what you say or do. You see the Imperial shake his head and then press another button. The table goes down. The the piece that you're on goes back to the wall, and the droid again flies towards you and injects you. You feel it, but again, your mind does not know if it's supposed to be painful or normal. At this point, you slowly go to sleep. Er,
Are they locked? Nope, they can move.
I locked them, then I unlocked them.
Oh, okay.
Man, this was dark.
Well, this is interesting. From torture cell to what appears to be a conference room.
And it's the only one I could find that was, decent enough. After a while, you don't know how long, you suddenly wake up. You're in this room. Your mind is very, very fuzzy on the events that happened prior. You know you were tortured, but you don't know what was said, what was asked, or what happened. You don't even remember the officer.
Can I look down to like my arms and my leg where I remember being stabbed and tortured to see if there's any signs of it?
There are signs, but they are look like they've been treated.
Well, or just hastily?
In between, there is an Imperial Stormtrooper. Well, as soon as I can. He's at attention, but you know.
I assume he's not training his blaster.
No, he's at attention. It's just quite literally the only thing that was out.
No worries. Is there food or water or anything in this conference room?
Nope, just you and that trooper.
Uh, I suspect my throat is probably rather parched, and I'm probably
Oh, you're thirsty and you're
still
hungry.
trying to recover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of
Uh,
hurts to move. You can tell it's been a while since you've had a bath. You are grimy and nasty.
um, trying to see. If I look around the room, is there anything of interest in any communications equipment? Any, like, is this quarters? Is this a conference room?
This seems to be some kind
Uh,
of conference room. The only thing there is in the center of the room, the table, and it's currently off. Everything else, there's nothing here, except for the flags.
so I guess I'm going to test my rather aching body and attempt to walk around the conference table.
It does hurt, but it moves rather rigidly.
That was one excruciating welcome home party.
You can drop the lift weight.
I tried. It's lifted me really, really high.
If you go over the wall or something like that, it'll lift you high.
Okay. Um, nope. It lifts me high no matter what. So anyway, I'm gonna walk towards the trooper. I don't suppose you're authorized to bring me something to eat, or at least requisition some rations or water?
Sit down and shut up.
Of course not.
Not too long after that, the door to the room opens up. You see this guy come in.
Do I recognize him as the same officer, or is this somebody rank and file that I would recognize?
You go to the pips. He is an Imperial captain. Seems to be a bit more decorated than most you've seen. Hold
Desric
on a
will.
second. No, as soon as he walks in, he's like, Mr. Milan, I am terribly sorry about your predicament and everything that's been going on up here as of late. It seems there was a major misunderstanding. Trooper, please go and let someone know that we need food and water for the our guest here. Trooper's like, yes, sir. And proceeds to walk out.
Thank you, Captain. I should wish to know what imbecile is responsible for my treatment thus far.
You're staring at him. As I said, it was a misunderstanding. You see, there is a rather hold on, I'm thinking of the word. There's a rather notorious terrorist that came to Terrace. We were trying to find her, and it seems unfortunately you found her before we did. We assumed at first that, well, she had captured you, tried to get you for ransom. But recent events say otherwise. We wanted to make sure you were not working for her.
Working for a terrorist, rebellious scum? No, my loyalties are with the Empire. You should know this.
We know that of your father. Your uncle, we're still determining, but it seems he is an Imperial citizen. But, like I said, it did not seem as if you were a prisoner. It almost seemed like you were willingly following her.
A prisoner, no. But beyond that, I am limited to say I am working at the direction of a moth. You understand, of course, the predicament this puts me in.
Actually, I've contacted that Moff. He knows of you and your family. You deal directly with him in your trades, but beyond that, nothing else. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to convict you or anything like that. I'm merely here to capture that terrorist.
As strange as it may sound to you, Captain, there are larger dangers in the galaxy than a single terrorist.
Such as?
Desric thinks for a moment. Such as the artifact in that terrorist's possession, the artifact I have been sent to recover.
By
Desric is
whom?
lying his ass off.
Yeah, I know. By
Uh,
whom?
if Moff Tyrion wished you to know that, he would have informed you. He has not informed me. I report to him. Beyond that, I can say no more.
I am well above Moff Tyrion.
A Navy captain? I'm sorry, sir, you are not. As decorated as you may be, you are not above a Moff.
In this case, I am given direct control by the Emperor himself. Pertains to my missions. How else do you think I was able to blockade Terrace against the Moff's orders?
I had wondered who was so impeding my path. Perhaps I misunderstood your position, Captain. All I know is that there was rumored to be an object of some historical and political importance on terrorists. This terrorist was said to be looking for it. I was to embed myself, make contact with the terrorist, and steal the artifact from them, assuming they had successfully recovered it, which the Moff's intelligence suggested they had.
So you know who the terrorist is?
Her name? No, I was only ever given code names and rumors.
But you were in direct contact with her.
She never confirmed as much. I assumed someone this clever would have agents, lookalikes. She said she worked with the terrorist.
Give a description of her if you would.
Desert thinks for a moment, pondering whether to describe Illy or Rose. His mind settles on describing Rose in as vague of terms as he can think. Human female, Short and petite in stature, dark hair. Doesn't speak very much. When she does, soft and violently.
Scar across her face. Prefers using melee weapons.
Yes, but her face is almost always hidden. I've never gotten a good look.
I assure you, the bounty hunter Rose is not the terrorist.
It is as I feared then. As I said, I thought she might be using double agents.
Mr. Desric, I'm here to help you, but the more you speak, the more I see that you're not telling the truth. Come now,
I
I'm a
don't.
friend. But, for your information, I happen to have a data pad of the terrorist right here. And he slides it across the table, but I'm going to put it right here.
Okay. I see a wooden panel.
I know. It's upside down. He slides the data pad upside down and waiting for you to flip it over.
Okay, Desric will take it. How did you secure this? The moth only had vague descriptions.
I'm the one who gave it to the moth.
Desric.
And
That wait, is that
what you see on it is wanted for known terrorism, destruction of Imperial property, taking of Imperial citizen lives, both civilian and military personnel, known saboteur, explosives expert, highly dangerous, has been destroying all kinds of operations and things for 3 years. Known connections with the exchange, has been using the exchange to erase her data and reports directly to one.
am
Named
I seeing the image
Jade.
that's here?
Yes, you're seeing the images there. Name is Jade Tamal.
Desric puts his hand to his face. Frack me. I
Yes.
met this bitch.
Yes, it would seem she's quite the slippery one. Contacts everywhere. That data pad is the last of the information we have on her. We had to take what we had and to pull it out. She apparently has contacts everywhere.
She's much more clever than I gave her credit for.
Hmm.
Well, she managed to mislead me quite embarrassingly.
Yes.
Well, you missed her. Not by very much. Last I know, she was still stuck planet-side.
Oh,
She's
yes,
been...
we found her ship.
Yeah,
Trapped like hell. So we
you
left it
found
alone.
it because I broke it. You may have noticed it's completely disabled.
Yes.
Yes, my handiwork. Unfortunately, I did so after she had betrayed me.
Hmm. Well, our sensors are working on the ground. We do have a location for her. Unfortunately, if we get anywhere near it, she will shoot us down. So,
With what?
last time we had a Lando shuttles coming through there. A few missile pods were launched. We are not sure what type of weapon she has, but she is guarded.
Desert ponders this. She mentioned she had a contact planet-side.
Probably some member of the exchange. After all, one of them did want that artifact, and is currently offering quite the hyperdrive and engine components, if I believe.
A convenient cover story, yes.
Well, it's a good thing it's nothing more than a cover story. Either way, the Empire greatly thanks you for your service, but we call upon you once more. You see, your father is taking care of the business that you and your uncle were previously employed to do. But, well, with all the hardships going on, your father's not going to make all the shipments in time, which is a breach in contract. Yes, I know you had all kinds of problems, but the contract is still, well, a contract is a contract, and it's still leased to your family. So, this offers us with quite an opportunity. If you can bring me Mr. Maul, dead or alive, I care not which, and this artifact that she stole, your contract with the Emperor will be extended indefinitely, giving you as much time as you need to finish it. The Empire will also fix the Skylock for you, and your family will have exclusive deals with the Empire in whatever they wish. You can get out of the slave collar business if you so wish. Up to your father, obviously, but I'm pretty sure he would like to get out of something so distasteful as that.
Desric is trying to hide a fuming glare with a polite smile, but it's thin-lipped at best. Well, let it not be said that Imperial officers were never taught the art of negotiation.
Diplomacy is something all captains must know.
I don't seem to have much of a choice one way or the other.
Oh, you always have a choice, but right now we're putting all faith in you that you are indeed a loyal Imperial citizen. If you cannot come through with this, unfortunately that means you're not a loyal Imperial citizen. And while that solely affects you, well, you see, a name carries all kinds of weight.
Of course. Well, then, for the Emperor.
For the Emperor. Now, with this dreadful business behind us, we've secured for you quarters where you can, get dressed, change, get a nice bit of rest, a refresher, high quality refresher, and far better medical treatment than what was given to you. I do so apologize for the rush job. We will have your food and water sent to your quarters directly, and then we will set you down on planet with a navigation chart to where she is, Miss Tamal. I do so hope you get there.
Never fear, Captain. The Molan always delivers.
Good, very good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have business to attend to. And he begins to walk out. As he gets to the door, he turns around and says, "Oh, a few more things. Your companions. We have withdrew the wanted poster for, not the wanted poster. What is that term?
Are we thinking bounty or are you
Well, it
thinking
wasn't
warrant?
warrant. That's it. We have withdrew the warrant for your companion, Ileana Sabere. It was a unfortunate misunderstanding, but do tell her that the Empire always helps loyal citizens. If you meet her, get her help in that and let her know. And also inform her that the Empire will do everything it can to get her daughter back. And if anything unfortunate happens to her, the Empire will take very good care of her. Someone with her prestiges would make a great Imperial officer. And as for the bounty hunter Rose, please inform her that the Empire has everything she's looking for, and we would be honored for her to join us.
Well, that would make my cover so much more difficult, but I'm sure we can arrange something.
No need to hide yourself, Mr. Desric. Mr. Milan, sorry. Uh, you're working for the glory of the Empire, and you have no hidden mission. No need to hide that anymore. You're not being interrogated.
From you, no, but they don't know who I'm working for, at least not directly. But I suppose all things in time.
Very good, Mr. Milan. I shall inform your father of your new status. And he walks out.
Desric says nothing but takes a slow, controlled breath. He can't think or freely speak his mind until he gets off the ship, but he is deeply unsettled.
Either way, a low ranking officer walks in and says, Mr. Milan, if you would follow me, I will take you to your quarters.
Very well, lead the way.
And you leave the room, and he takes you all the way to the VIP room. I don't actually have a model for that. And, your food's already there. You have a fresh change of clothes, very similar to what you are currently wearing. You see your equipment over in the corner. Not modified, but cleaned, repaired. It's all nice now. And you see a towel sitting by the room to the refresher.
Desric quickly drinks the water and heads straight for the refresher. The food can wait.
It is a very nice refresher. All spacious, all kinds of nice stuff. Now, you get refreshed, you come out, you change your clothes. I assume since these are just like your original, you toss the old ones, or do you want to keep them? They're full of holes.
Uh, yeah, no, he's going to toss the old clothes, but he's going to do a check for any bugs on the new clothes, which he assumes are there.
Well, you lock the door, you strip down, and you grab the clothes, the new ones, and you're examining inch by inch by inch on everything. And when you decide there's nothing there, you put them on. And to your surprise, there's actually nothing on them.
Desric considers this for a moment. And, well, of course there's not, you idiot. The whole room's probably bugged. Nothing to do about it now. Eat, rest, and deal with this mess when I get back planet side.
You eat, you get a nice. You don't get full 8 hours of rest. That's primarily because you've slept a lot longer than you realized. But you wake up, the bed was nice. You really feel refreshed. And you go to the med bay, they patch you up. A lot of the scars are gone. It's almost as if you've never been tortured. And they take you down to the hangar bay, and it's not a Lambda shuttle, but it's like a planetary lander for like a personal VIP. And they take you down, and they land you back on the planet, and they give you a map on the direction you need to go. You have all your equipment, by the way.
Okay then.
And that's where we will pick up on next session. Though when you're going to be injected into the session will actually depend on the party.
Understood.
All right, so that is the end of this little session, and it took 53 minutes. So thanks everyone.
Not too bad.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little private session recording. But tune in for more Star Wars, Edge of the Empire, Relics of a Time Past. Later, everybody.